that is the big issue?
I think the big issue to those two might be different. Right now, from where the deputy president sits, the big issue is Mount Kenya and how to stamp authority as undisputed kingpin for Mount Kenya. That is his big issue. The big issue for William Ruto is 2027 and how this country must appreciate what he has been able to do in the governance of the country for the past 5 years when we get to that place. These two big issues meet somewhere because William Ruto need Mount Kenya to be part of the Kenya that will appreciate him in 2027 to say, you did very well and we're giving you another term, even though he has refused that he was not elected to be re-elected. But these are unwritten rules. We both know them. In the days when we were growing up, there was kulikuwa the chair that belongs to our dad. It was not written anywhere, but nobody was sitting on that chair. But we didn't have to have any constitution to know that this is dad's chair. No one sits there. And if you dare, they will look at you and not say anything. Just the look will tell you, I am doing something wrong. So much as the president has been once or twice somewhere saying, I was not elected to be re-elected, that's a lie we all know. Every politician is elected to be re-elected, especially in the global south. So this issue of getting re-election needs to have Mount Kenya as part of it because Mount Kenya played a huge role in getting this first term. So we cannot lie that he would not want them to be part of that team. But the Rigaji's big issue where he becomes the authoritative is what I think Anthony brought in. When William Ruto was quote-unquote antagonizing the past regime in their era with Uhuru, William Ruto started by becoming the leader, undisputed leader of the Rift Valley. Like you could not despite that. Other people tried, but he made sure that he has the 99% of that team in his pocket. So it was easy, even if he was now playing down and playing loyal, but all that loyalty did not show any weakness because at home, I know I am the undisputed leader for this community. This is where Rigiji misses. So Rigiji is now battling two fronts at the same time. In Mount Kenya, he has a group who sits somewhere in Limuru and saying we are charting our own path while he is on the other side. And their path is actually going against this regime. Now, Rigiji does not have an authority on this table. If I want to be the kingpin of Mount Kenya, I will come to the table knowing that out there nobody is disputing that. So when I ask Mark, this is what we want in Mount Kenya, you will not challenge me and say, but your people, I mean, are different. This is what it is. You saw what happened, the comments that we got from the governor of Nyeri about Honorable Malala. We will remove you from this seat because where you come from, we are not sure how much you brought in terms of where you come from, meaning you have not shown us that you deserve to be here. So this is the same thing that will happen to Rigiji. If you go to the table with the president and you start negotiating things and the president thinks he has your people more than you have them, that's a big challenge. So the deputy president is in the middle of two war fronts, trying to stamp authority in the party to say, I brought a sizable number that you cannot dispute. But on the other side, he is also trying to ask those people that give me these numbers.
so that it can work. Between a rock and a hard place, that is where the deputy president seems to be. Now, we need to take a break. We need to pay the bills. But when we come back, I want us to dive into the issue of whether one man, one shilling is economics, whether it is tribalism,